Welcome, 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 everybody. This is D. Durrell with the Manosphere. Happy to be here once again, guys. I'm going to have a live stream. Haven't done a live stream in a long time outside of me doing my premieres, in which I'm basically interacting with you all. Excuse me, interacting with you all in the chat as I am putting on pre-recorded information, pre-recorded content. But for today, guys, we're going to be direct. We're going to have a direct interaction with me. I'm going to be on for the next 45 minutes. I have another appointment at 3 p.m. Yes, guys, I do manage my practice and my business, so I got to take care of what really pays the bills. What's up, Belizean Bang? Brother, I haven't seen you in a long time. You're an original Conscious Clientele member. Been following me for years, man. Good to see you back in the cut. What's going on, Miss T Pre? Happy to see you. Also, T Pre, I'm gonna talk. I know we in the, this is pretty much another sector of this channel, but last night when I was listening to Brown Sugar Baby, we talked about a lot of financial stuff. And I thought that was pretty good to hear. a maturation of the Umar sector actually talking about things other than, you know, the craziness that goes on in the sector. So I'm happy for you to be here, Miss T. Pre. What's up, Buckaboo? How you doing, brother? What's going on, Raining Woman? LV, what's up, man? What's up, man? I've been watching my wrestling, man. I've been watching WWE. I've been watching AEW. You know, I've been watching your channel. I watch my little wrestling channels that I have. It's a lot of little craziness going on. I watched Raw last night. It was okay. You know, I thought that the pay-per-view the other day was trash, but that's just me. That's just me, LV. So let me go ahead and get to it. So I want to preference before I get started. That, yeah, man, it was trash. But what I want to preface is that when I speak about this issue going on with Tommy Sotomayor, when I speak of that, I'm going to come from a position of a person who has seen and has provided services for people who have domestic violence issues. And I have been doing domestic violence work since 2006. So we're talking about 16 years. Hey, Money to Burn, what's going on? Good to hear you. Good to see you. Now, I'm coming from a position of a person who has counseled people in domestic violence. And not only that, I'm coming from a position of someone who has an accredited domestic violence program. Now, let's be honest. 90% of the situations are going to deal with a man being the aggressor. Matter of fact, the program that I trained to be licensed and to license my facility, it was focused on men. It was not designed for aggressive, violent women. And there are aggressive, violent women, but the reality is that when it comes to domestic violence and it comes to aggressiveness, women are usually 9 times out of 10 the victim and not the aggressor. Okay? Now, I know for those that watch the Manosphere, you know, Negroes who are not that masculine, Negroes who are not very social and awkward, they have a different perspective because their perspective comes from a position of them having a high level of social inadequacy. So you cannot, and I'm going to say put any credence in people who don't know how to talk to women, who don't know how to socialize with women, and who don't understand women, particularly women of their own race. Women of their own race. Okay? There's no reason as a black man you should have difficulty talking to women of your own race. Who, by the way, you grew up, whether it was functional or dysfunctional, you grew up around all your life from the time you were born. Throughout your years, and you struggle this much around women. And I'm not even speaking of as it relates to personal romantic relationships. These men, just like Tommy Sotomayor, have suffered and have become bastards of the fact that they are products of poor male-female interaction as it relates to adult women to children, as young boys to teenagers to young men. Tommy Sotomayor has a horrible relationship with his mother. If you listen to my D. Durrell Life Solutions channel, I talk a lot about the son-husband syndrome in the Black community. I talk about the issues of Black mothers uh, attempting to replace men in their lives with their sons, projecting their sons to become men of the family before they're ready and mature enough to do so. One of the biggest reasons I think a lot of black men don't go to college is because they're told all their life that they need to do certain things so that they can survive financially for their family. So many black men grow up, black boys grow up as teenagers, young men, trying to figure out how they can make life easier for their mother and their siblings. Okay? But people like Tommy Sotomayor have such a disdain for black women, have such an illogical view of black women, and it presents itself in a manner that is highly toxic, and it is also profitable in the YouTube streets. Tommy Sotomayor made his money off of black men who watched and white women, and black women who don't like to interact with other black women. Black women who also are jealous, envious, and very conflictual with women in their own group. What's up, Unadulterated Truth? Appreciate you for coming in. I see a variety of sectors in here. I see a little bit of the manosphere. I see a little bit of, the co-ed sector in here, Black YouTube sector, and I see the Umar sector in the house. Appreciate you all for coming in to support your brother. Got Will Lock in here. So Tommy Sotomayor, as you observe the video, and as you have observed his interaction with black women, exhibits a dysfunctional behavior that contributes to yelling, cursing, hollering, constant conflict, and arguing. I have yet to see Tommy talk to a black woman on camera for a long period of time, not a brief period of time, a long period of time without getting into an argument. And he purposely offends them to trigger them to act a certain way. And then once he triggers black women to act a certain way that he knows culturally black women may engage in, then he criticizes them for fitting the stereotype. Okay? Now, the bed bug, shout out to him, he says, he's not right or wrong. One thing I won't tolerate is a woman putting her hands on me. I may take her back. I might take her back if she cheat, but if she put her hands on me, it's over. I get it. Rashida, what's up, queen? The queen of darkism. My beautiful dark chocolate sister, Rashida. Appreciate you for coming in. You know the Negroes in the manosphere still mad at me for making a song with your name at the end of it. They still mad at me about that back in 2020. Rashida said, it's harassment. I sued him successfully. Oh, Rashida, I got to interview you on. Are you serious? You won a federal court against Tommy Sotomayor? I didn't know that. I know that you were talking about filing something against him, but I didn't know that you actually did that and won. She also said I won in a second district court appeals. Damn. You don't know that song, Rashida? I'm in love with a light-skinned girl? Shit. Are you serious? You never heard that song? Rashida, back in 2020. It was 2019, I'm sorry. It was 2020 or no. Yeah, Rashida, back in 2020, I released a song in the fall of 2020 called I'm in Love with a Light-Skinned Girl. And what I was doing was I was heavily criticizing SYSBM because you know they love foreign women. I also criticized them for their love for light-skinned women, particularly biracial women. And what I did was I created a song making a mockery of them liking this manosphere character by the name of Jessica X, Mr. Fantastic. And I know you and Mr. Fantastic have had y'all issues in the past. Me and Mr. Fantastic was actually beefing. And when I made that song, a lot of people got pissed off about me making that song. And everybody was listening to it and they were critiquing it. That, you know, they were trying to, you know, say all different type of stuff, you know. Let me get that song out, Rashid. I thought you heard the song. There were people all over the manosphere space. Yeah, so I got into that. Hold on one second. Where's my song yet? I'm in love with a light-skinned girl. While I'm speaking on Tommy, I'm gonna go ahead and it may be on my other music channel. I may have it on there because I haven't played that song in so long. Man, it's been a long time since I played that song. Hold on one second. No, that's not it. And I used to play it as an intro and I stopped. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna find that for you as I talk about Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. I'm gonna let you listen to that. It's on my DBS sounds. I don't know why it won't come up. I'm gonna have to look on my channel. I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. It's Black Sector songs. Give me 1 second. So as we speak on this, okay, what's going on, Sexy Red TV? Yes, Rashida, they a lot of unwarranted protection for somebody that does not deserve it. And I don't really have any issues with her right now. I did in the past, but yeah, it's unwarranted, very unwarranted. So I'm gonna get the link, and I'm gonna. Okay, so I put the link in there, Rashida, so you can get it. You can go ahead and check it out. They basically bypassed. They didn't care about what I said about making fun of Mr. Fantastic. All they worried about was the last minute and 30 seconds where I was actually praising the beauty of dark-skinned women, Rashida. That's what they focused on. They focused on me praising. They couldn't stand the fact that I gave dark-skinned women their props for being beautiful. That's where all the problems, started. They bypassed the whole song itself. It's actually a 15-minute video and so forth. It's a lot of stuff in there, but you can go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check out the video itself. You can watch it from beginning to end. Okay. All right. She says she's going to listen. All right. Now, for Rashida say Tommy is violent. He told thousands of people to kill me, and he threatened to kill me. I got death threats over you. Yes, I remember him saying all that crazy shit. So let me get back to Tommy. So Tommy has a very negative disposition when it comes to black women. Tommy Sotomayor, and I'm just going to be honest, hates the fact that he's dark-skinned and he's not seen as being attractive to black women. Let's just be honest with it. That's the heart of Tommy Sotomayor's issues, is that he was probably called black and ugly since he was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And by the time he started wanting to date when he was a teenager, a lot of women, a lot of girls called him black and ugly. But see, he's also missed another part. They also called him black and ugly, but he also probably was rude. He probably was disrespectful. You know, he don't want to talk about his behavior and his personality that probably triggered a lot of those black women or black girls to call him black and ugly and hideous and everything else. I understand. When I was a kid, when somebody wanted to they called me black and ugly. I ain't give a shit. Because luckily I had a great relationship with my mom that instilled, and my dad, by the way, I grew up in a two family household, that instilled me to love myself. And I ain't give a shit what nobody thought about me. Now that's coming from me, you know, but Tommy didn't have that because, you know, his mom probably had issues because his mom is married to a white man. Now I'm not for the swirl, but I'm not going to necessarily demonize those that choose that life. The only issue I have is if you choose the swirling lifestyle, don't shit on the people that are that you left in the community. That's all I'm telling you. That's the issue I have. I don't have an issue with those, but Tommy's mother is married to a white man. That's another issue Tommy got. Tommy Sotomayor is a sick individual. He's a very disgruntled individual. He has a lot of personal issues that manifest itself on YouTube. And he's found a way to monetize it. He has found a way to monetize his ignorance. He found a way to monetize his ignorance. And it has worked out very well. You're right, unadulterated truth. It may have started with her. If it didn't start with her, it may have started with family members in his family, his cousins, and maybe his aunts, and maybe grandmothers. And I grew up in the most colorist state in the country, Louisiana, that has a high percentage of light-skinned people, particularly those that are Creole per se. And I've seen situations where grandmothers and grandparents disown dark-skinned grandkids or and dark-skinned children. I've seen this firsthand. And I know, particularly for the black females, the little black girls that are deeply, deeply scarred by somebody telling them that they're not pretty or they're holding light-skinned girls on a pedestal above them throughout their life. Because boys, we don't necessarily internalize it as much emotional. We just want to play and do physical stuff and things like that. But girls, beauty, the value of how you look is valued more by females than males. But see, Tommy, regardless of if he wanted to fuck both of the girls that were and the lady that was on that channel, whether he was going to pay $2,500 or $5,000, Tommy Sotomayor does not value black women. And he sees black women as an instrument to having sex with, particularly if you're light-skinned. And also, it doesn't matter even if you're dark. The female, and I'm gonna say this, she did not represent herself well. And see, that what makes things difficult for people to in some way empathize with her, because she was the one who actually intensified this situation. Now, again, Tommy Sotomayor's negative predisposition towards black women has been is subconscious, and it's natural for him because he has practiced this throughout his life. So for him to get in an argument or a negative interaction with a black female, particularly if she's dark skinned, is something that he thrives on. That's why this grown ass 45-year-old man, when this woman came up like she wanted to hit him, he stood up wanting to, like, as if she was a man. Now, in my position as a grown ass 44-year-old man, I am not going to approach a woman face to face, head on, like she a man. I have enough impulse control and values and respect, even if you're being disrespectful, to not put myself and yourself in that position. And even if she swung on him, this Negro was swinging back at a woman like she was a man. This man was swinging at a woman like she was a man. You mean to tell me people have to hold you back and you're on social media, on a major platform, and your dumb ass is swinging at her like you trying to beat up another man that's the same size as you? But that looked very weak upon you. Yes, she started it, but as a man, you have to think. I'm not excusing her negative behavior. No, and no reason am I excusing her behavior. But Tommy, you supposed to be and you have a fucking daughter. These same black bitches that you claim you'd like to coin that term to them and say that about them, your daughter is dark as you, if not darker. So what is that? So what will she say if she's about what, 10, 12 years old, 13? What she's going to say 7, 8, 9 years from now when she's on social media, when she's on YouTube. Let's say she tries to create a channel. And she sees your crazy looking ass trying to fight another woman. What will she think of you, brother? Like, seriously. This broke Anthony Hamilton looking ass Negro didn't have the manliness or the testicular fortitude, the logic that the manosphere claimed all black men have, or men are more logical, to assess the situation and make a decision that puts you in the best position. He did not put himself in the best position because he knew that this woman was, number one, she's a young lady, old enough to be your goddamn child. You up there fucking and paying for ass from girls that are old enough to be your daughter. This lady, you 45, 46 years old. You almost 20 years older than this woman. And you mess with these young ass girls. That speaks to the immaturity of you. Now, did he have the right to call the police? Yes, he did. He did. But I'm looking at it from a preventive standpoint. I'm looking at it as this older, mature black man made dumbass decisions when interacting with this man. Yes, money to burn. I believe he does not like women, particularly black women. Oh, he loved himself some white women, some Asian women, especially some Hispanic women. Notice, I've never seen Tommy Sotomayor in an aggressive manner towards women of another race. He only does it to women who are of his own race, and better yet, who has the same features as him. Flacco, I feel you, brother. She 25 years old, but this nigga 45 years old. He got 20 years on this woman. I expect a man to make better decisions, a 45-year-old man to make better decisions than a 25-year-old woman. Facts. If I'm interacting with a 25, 24, 23-year-old person, you will see a difference in behavior in which I am going to put myself in a position where I'm looked upon as the example. Okay? Number one, I don't interact with a lot of 25, 24-year-old women or men in the first place. I prefer being around men my own age. The only time I do interact with younger men is if I'm in a position of teaching, educating, or if I'm on YouTube. That's it. If I'm not teaching you something as a young man, educating you on something as a young man, if I'm not on YouTube, then I don't hang around, I don't associate with kids who are old enough to be my children. I have a 24-year-old daughter who ain't but a year younger than this lady. And I would never teach my daughter to swing at a grown ass man. That could hurt her. I would never tell my daughter to have a intense conversation that could potentially lead to violence. I would never do that because I understand the consequences. Now, he does have the right, and he did file a police against her. And he has the right to do so. But she could have also filed. She could have also filed against him too, but she didn't. They both could have filed against each other, actually. They both could have. But she did swing first. So I understand women. I understand that, the reality is that the lady did not carry herself. The young woman did not carry herself in the best fashion. And the fact that she admitted that she was going to have sex, if somebody gives her $5,000, she put herself in a very bad look, saying that she's on OnlyFans and then you're having sex for money. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not judging anybody on what they do for a living, but I'm just saying the facts are the facts. And the facts are that that was not a good look for her, regardless of if Tommy swung on her or not. That was not cute for a 25-year-old woman to talk about having sex for $5K. I don't give a damn if it was $50K. You see, when you have this get the bag culture and I'm trying to get mine and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, we always want to talk about what we want to do to get the money. But then we don't want to deal with the consequences of how you're perceived living those particular lifestyles. Flock, that is simping, Flock. When you saying Tommy pays black women $2,500 to smash on OnlyFans, that's above the market rate. He employs black women. How can he hate women he employed on his OnlyFans? That is not employing. Paying for sex is not employing, Flacco. paying for sex is a that's a transactional relationship. If he wasn't giving them $2,500, they wasn't having sex with him. It makes him look in a bad light too, that you, a fucking 45-year-old man, preying on other women because you know that they're financially dependent, or they're financially illiterate, or in a bad position financially where this is what I have to do to make money. And he's basically feeding. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry I had issues with the Wi-Fi. So I'm back, guys. So I had to use my phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer, and this is wired internet and it's acting up. But I'm gonna say this again. Um, no 45 plus year old man has any business interacting with 25-year-olds like that. Now, if you can agree to disagree, and I'm fine with that. I am fine with you agreeing to disagree. I'm definitely fine with that. But see, this type of interaction is also representative of the manosphere because there are a lot of men who act just like this. And when you look at like groups like the TMHCs, for those that are in the manosphere and know who they are and so on, this is the manosphere. They do the same shit. Go from chat to chat, you know, causing problems with people and get mad when they do something in return. And now they're not even together. Now they're all fighting with one another over dumb shit. Same stuff. Red Pill Finance says it's okay to be a trick at 40. All right, if that's what you want to think, hey man, everybody has their own way. Right, money to burn. The way he treats women now is payback for all the girls that turned him down coming up. He's using his money and his status to knock us down a peg. But my thing is that I'm gonna say this to the women: why are you all entertaining this Negro? See, men like this end up broke. All this money this man paying for ass it adds up over time. And the older you get, the more you got to pay. So you think Tommy gonna be paying the same price he paying at 40 plus when he's 55 and 65? No. It goes up. The price goes up for women like this. The price goes up. It goes up substantially. Yes, the price goes up. These young girls ain't gonna open themselves up particularly if you older. They not opening themselves up to be with a man like Tommy for cheap. They not. If you deal with hoes, you're gonna have to deal with whole issues. If you deal with real women, you're gonna have real women issues. That's just the logic of that. It's just the logic. Okay, so I'm entering back into I'm gonna let it ride because I'm only gonna be on for another 5-10 minutes anyway. If you deal with that level of woman, that's what you deal with. If you deal with real women, you have real women issues. Money to Burn said a woman who has built her in self-esteem and confidence wouldn't even be in a room with a dude like that. He doesn't deserve the present. He doesn't. Matter of fact, Tommy Sotomayor convoluted mind. He could not even differentiate between a good woman, respectful woman, and one who's not that way, because he has clouded himself with this sort of pseudo invincibility of being on YouTube and his popularity, where he thinks he's more important than what he really is. And that's just to me exemplifies the manosphere. There are a lot of guys in the manosphere who've built followings who actually think that their word and what they say is more important than what it really is. I'm not going to say any names, but you all can, for those that are in the space, you know what I'm talking about. That's all I'm going to say about that. You all know. And even women. There's a lady by the name of On the Black Gin who has a heightened sense. This shit is so crazy in this space. These Negroes got Hispanic women speaking on black men. There are Hispanic women who are Kevin Samuel rejects who've come to this space. Now they feel like because they getting some black dick that they can speak on black men. And then get mad if you say something about they men. You're right, unadulterated truth. If her swinging on Tommy emboldens other women to swing at men, this is headed in no good place. Yes, I don't want to see a situation where men and women are fighting over senseless BS on YouTube. It is senseless. And when I mean senseless, I really mean that. It's not needed. It's definitely not going to lead to anything. It's not going to lead to anything positive. It's just going to make us look crazy on social media and to the world. That's basically what it leads to. Period. So I just wanted to talk about this. I just wanted to have this discussion. I wanted to have a small little discussion before I get to my next session for the day. I got some things I got to do after I finish my last session. I got to go to my son's playoff game in basketball, and so forth. But yeah, if you can't hit a man, you can get hit back like a man. Ladies, keep your hands to yourself. Yell, scream, stomp, but keep your hands to yourself. Great. I agree with that. And my thing is, as a person, I've seen women hit men, and it didn't end well for them. I've seen women for years hit on their men, and one day he blew up and it was over. It's not good, man. Like, look, I'm all for female empowerment. I'm not a feminist, but I do believe in Black women having unique rights and unique benefits, and Black female empowerment. I'm for that. I'm not a feminist at all. I don't like the feminist movement because I don't want to see Black women get used by white women just for numbers. Appreciate that, Couch Potato. But what I want to see is a situation where we all winning as a whole. And for this situation, Tommy didn't win. Even calling the police, he's doing this for views. He's doing this for drama, because this is the only way he can keep himself relevant, because he's not happy that Kevin Samuels surpassed him in Black YouTube. He's not happy about that. He's not the man anymore. He's not the man anymore. So with that being said, guys, I got to get going. I got to get back to the work, get back to taking care of business and what I do best, and that's provide therapy and helping people in our community for an affordable rate. So with that being said, guys, peace. Y'all have a great day. It's D Darrell with D Darrell the Rebirth. This is the Manosphere. Peace.